button. So
Well, I'm not
Okay.
ready yet.
Okay.
But anyway, I am streaming now.
There's a glitch
And?
gremlin. I love that episode of AVGN. That, but I've never actually played that Mike Tyson game.
Oh
I
my,
think it
that was
Mike
the best.
Tyson.
That was one of my favorite AVGN moments.
Tyke Mice.
oh, the punch out.
Crunch out.
No, it was some no, but it was a Rocky game. Sorry.
Yeah, it
And,
was PS2.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And like half like it was like really distorted faces and stuff, and the crowd was all like glitching. Like
He had like an arm
crazy.
coming out of his head,
The,
and
That's
the
right,
Glitch
yeah.
Gremlin episode. That was
Yeah.
a good one.
That was.
Have you seen the 12 Days of Honkmas,
Christmas?
I'll say, that he's recently uploaded, which was basically like 12 mini episodes, culminating in LJN's Only Ever Games console.
the
The
I,
LJN
terrible
video
painting
art.
console.
I've seen it.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen all of them. I've seen up to like day 7. So I'm a
Yeah,
little behind.
they are pretty good.
The last few ones are the best. Like, so the LGA one and a couple right before are really good.
Oh, the Universal Studios one is great.
yes.
Yes.
I should see if I can get that for the GameCube. Actually, no, I've played enough crappy games to last me a little while.
My boy, my boy, my boy.
Oh, don't get on with that. I'm still trying to get my CDI emulator to work. I'm probably going to have to re-download it, and that was an absolute nightmare to get working in the first place. I'm not looking forward to that.
Gee, it sure is boring around here. All right.
Okay.
I think we should get started.
Gentlemen, shall we get started with this masterpiece? Oh,
Yes.
wait a minute. Didn't we get...
You're the only one that's
didn't
probably
Xena-
seen this, though.
Didn't Xena want in on this?
He did, but she did, but unfortunately, real life got in the way. Yeah.
Gotta love real life.
Oh, trust me, I think this, when we're starting should be proof of that and all the behind the scenes stuff that I'm not going to share here. But anyway, Mental Gin, are you ready?
Yes.
Let's do this.
Cursor's on the start button.
Mm-hmm.
On 1. 3, 2, 1.
Space. The
The final frontier.
Flammarion Ferreira. So it's gonna be good.
Yeah, unknown.
Yeah, because I've heard of
nameless
them.
company. You know it's going to be good.
It's like one of those watches that's made by a brand you've never heard of.
And all these people were responsible for this.
And all these
They're the
people were
voice
never heard
actors, and
from
I've
again.
not heard of any of them.
That's a lot of voice actors for this, actually.
Oh, just,
Yeah,
trust me, it
surprisingly,
gets
only
better.
William Griffin, and he does multiple voices.
Must be really talented then.
Interesting when they give the credits at the start of the show instead of actually at the very end.
Yeah,
That's
it
because
saves
everyone's
us the
going to
time
run away
afterwards.
screaming if they got to them at the end.
Oh, it's directed by this guy. Okay.
Hell of a name.
Yes, there are many, many stories about this special holiday named Christmas.
But
If
none
you look
such
in
as
this
crappy
book
as
alone,
this.
You will find lots of them. Oh, yes, here we are. This is today's story. It's a delightful Christmas story. Everything happens.
You know, this book isn't quite as detailed or as well drawn as that one at the beginning of Friendship is Magic.
Nor is The Night Before Christmas.
True enough.
The orphaned children live
Whoa,
under
whoa,
the
can we
coastal
slow down
road
here,
for
movie? I barely got any
years of a
establishing
lady
shots
named
there.
Mrs. Love
Oh my. Oh wow. that-
Editing? What's that?
Was forced to do heavy work by the wicked woman.
It's
Oh,
like
please.
Cinderella, only with a bunch of orphans instead of just one.
Besides, that
So it's
food is
an Annie
cafeteria food.
version?
The children
I've
never
seen
had
worse.
toys, new clothes, or anything. But they had a friend.
I've
The
seen
pine
more
tree
animation
they
from a
named
flick
Mrs.
book.
Hopewell. Yes,
Why did they
Hopewell.
animate her scratching her
Kids
ear?
believed
I
the tree
mean,
was
couldn't
magical.
that be used on some better
So
animation?
they were trying to bring them a mom and a dad to adopt and take them away from the
Why does that look like a
unbearable
teepee
Mrs.
with like
Mozilla.
light around
Mrs.
that tree
Mozilla was
there?
a very tricky person. She didn't really take good care of the children, but she made people think she did. For example, she had a
What a tricky
So now actually have some
clothes,
movement
lace, and a new pair of
animation.
pants
We
and
can
a
have some
sweater
movement.
put on
Oh,
whichever
panning
child
shot.
She was going to show off to the
Nope.
Still no
Okay,
movement.
don't worry, there will be some
Every time
movement.
He
the mayor
blinked.
came by,
We got some
Mrs.
blinking!
Matilda
Huzzah!
was taking good care of her children.
The old
Why
bag
is,
with
why
two
is
bags.
the money bags in animation always? They're missing the dollar signs, basically.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
kidding.
exactly.
Whoa,
my
whoa,
God.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Whoa,
Stop right
whoa,
there.
whoa.
Stop
Stop
right
this
there.
stream.
Chris Hansen, where are you?
Poor children. Once more,
We need that
victims
spoiler
of
block.
her
We need to change that to a censorship
She
bar.
used all her money in an irresponsible way. She would have
I think we
her
might be
nasty
breaking a
friends
few
over and gamble all night
CQ
long
rules here.
while laughing and drinking and
Yeah,
playing.
what, just by showing terrible animation
There
like
goes
this.
the children's bread for the week, so said Mrs. Matilda.
Read 'em and
laughing with
weep,
her friends
boys.
every time
I
she
got
played a
5 aces.
You know, the characters for the
Children
next
went to
poker
bed
night at the
without food
inventory
for
have
one
really gone
reason or
downhill.
another.
I know
For
what you
example,
mean.
if she caught them sneaking in the street dog, whom the children named Licorice.
I love how it's
Poor
nothing but
Licorice.
pan shots and
He
zoom
was
in
a
and
fine
out.
dog,
That's it.
but he
That,
was
that's all
Tiny
there is.
amount of
as the
movement.
children were.
Hey, the van's probably had the most animation so far.
Yeah, no kidding.
And there goes the dog.
Yay! And then he gets hit by a car.
What the hell's about with these kids? They're just moving in like one direction.
Let's
It's
begin
like they're
our story
humping
now.
the window or something.
Everything starts when a couple arrives in town seeking a better life.
Oh my gosh.
People in
Their
town,
eyes.
They go to the city
What the
mayor.
hell?
It's like they're all
The
dead and
mayor told
soulless.
them that he would offer
You
them
mean like
a
G3
lump
ponies?
but for a
They're not
period
from
of
this
time,
world.
He would have to live in the boarding house without his family. The mayor also said that he would arrange for the man's wife and children to stay at the orphanage.
Damn,
Obviously,
talk about
have they-
Uncanny Valley.
That
She
face!
could become Mrs.
Like,
I'll give it
Matilda's
this though. The
assistant.
mayor's actually speaking. They make his mouth move up and down, even though he wasn't talking. At least they
Oh,
did that, I suppose.
You.
Oh, listen to this. Just listen to this,
I know,
guys.
I know. The mayor just called.
I'd better go now. Take good care of yourself and the children, Judy. I will be
Wait a
back
minute.
before Christmas.
His voice does
Don't
not
worry,
match the
Ray.
lip
We're gonna do
movements,
just
nor does
fine.
hers.
You take
Beyond
care
that,
of
just
yourself,
listen
too.
to how good this voice
Goodbye,
acting is.
children. Be
I mean,
good.
Annalie Heat, if
Can we
you're
go
listening to this,
now?
you should start taking voice
Here in
cues
your
from these
room.
people.
This is the only thing.
Or any of the voice
This is
actresses
just
and
fine,
actors
ma'am.
that
I
Fim
can
has, for that
Put
matter.
that old mattress on the floor.
They
for the
kind of
children,
remind me of
and
that
we'll be
guy
just
from
fine.
Son of the Mask, you know, the curator of the museum. I don't know if you've seen Son of the Mask, but him, just like the sheer lot of no inflection or any effort put in whatsoever.
Oh, Ben Stein, you mean?
You have to get up
Yes.
But to be fair, that's a shtick of his, so that's at least passable. But
Yeah, but that's just one character. This seems to be every character in this.
No children walking around after 7:30. And you can spend some time with your children after you finish all your chores, but only half an hour and no more. The other children have to
damn.
sleep, you
Don't
know.
worry about a thing, ma'am.
That's kind of harsh.
999.
This is going to be your bedroom. I want you to make
Girl's
sure
just
you have
staring
your
at the
clean,
camera.
so you won't dirty it. No clothes on the floor. No fights of
Those
any kind.
eyes. Oh
I
my
don't want to hear
god.
anybody crying around here. And most of all, no pillow fights. You understand?
No crying. What do you think these are all like blooming Princess Elise or something?
Because you
maybe.
have your mother. You're gonna be
Crying, it'll be the end of the world.
You get the same treatment.
I,
So
thi-
we'll
I take
rely
it
on
this
the
woman's
vote.
never been to a Kmart or a Walmart, something like that.
More children.
Stop looking at me.
That's the little girl there. It's just, oh my god.
Your soul is mine.
I have to say, the teddy bear is probably the one I feel most sorry for in this.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
god.
Oh, that's creepy.
Those smiles.
Oh my god, the way that
Okay. I am legit terrified now.
And I thought Annie Leonhardt's smile was
It's my
creepy.
turn. Hold it now.
Rub-a-dub-dub. I love to rub.
Oh my god, we're only 6 minutes
you're-
in and I'm
you're-
almost finished
You're
with beer.
washing the wood of the window pane. You're not even washing the window.
Oh.
Because, you know, this is what you want to see at a Christmas special. Someone doing the washing.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's what I usually see on Christmas anyway, so it's realistic.
Yeah, but it's a blooming cartoon. If I want realism, I'll just watch
Why are you guys giggling?
What's
realism.
funny?
Hey, I'll give
What
them.
did he just say?
They may not be very good voice actors, but at least they are actually kids.
They may not be very good voice actors. Dot, dot, dot.
I know she'd like it. I wish she could read
It's funny that,
stories
to be
me.
fair though, a lot of
Someday,
kids in
Mrs.
animation are
Popeye
actually
is going
voiced
to
by
bring us a mom
adults.
and a dad
I mean, it's quite
picture
rare
and
for
ask
kids
what
to be
happened.
voiced actually by kids.
And I think this is
I know
a
some of the
clear-cut
old
example of
Rare
that.
for them to actually be good.
A dog?
Or I should say a
I didn't know
clear-cut
we had a
example of
dog.
why that is.
Don't say that
Oh, please tell me this dog raps.
Maville doesn't like him in here. Oops. Oh, children, Mrs. Maville doesn't want him in
You
here.
should.
We
You
shouldn't
really
have him
should.
in here.
To be fair, I'd make this way too lively though.
You're right. That, I mean, we're what? But somewhere between.
He's not wearing a backwards hat or a set of chains, so I'm assuming not.
But we're somewhere between
You better go outside.
above dead but not alive, kind of like in a zombie state, something like that.
All right.
The undead.
I just have to
But
pretend
that
I
seems
don't
a
know
little unfair to
anything about
zombies, if you ask me.
fella, But you need.
And at least
Zombies
they're.
are probably
It's like an
they show
insult
some
to
level.
rock.
Of, they show some level of, I'll
There
say,
you are,
alertness.
boy. Now you're not a stray anymore.
Look, Licorice.
No,
Hey.
well, technically he is, but okay.
Now we have to do something.
Did he just raise his eyebrows towards the camera?
That fourth wall break.
I've got an idea.
That's right, all these
Let's make
kids are my
Mrs.
bitches
Hopewell
now.
more fun to be around. Help me get that pile of
Given
wood
it's a
around
dog,
here.
that's even funnier.
What are we doing? We cutting down the tree?
Hey,
No,
the-
I think
Is
they're
it-
building. Are they building a treehouse or
I
something?
think they are building a treehouse, yeah.
okay, I love it
because
how the
that's
woman's actually
everything
doing
about
something,
Christmas,
but
that
the
is.
children are just staring. Like, yes,
Oh, they've
we're
made a
helping.
tree playground.
Judy,
Wow.
Down hate!
Stop this crazy thing! Oh wait, that's not. Oh.
Lucy, I'm
Who built
home.
Me and
let me tell you something here, girl. You don't have time for that kind of thing. You're here to do your
Wow,
work
that
first, not
cut
that
from
nonsense.
one
I have
conversation
finished my
sentence
work
to
first.
another.
I did that on my
Yeah, I
spare
know, right?
time.
Did you finish washing?
Yes.
Ironing?
Yes.
And what about cleaning?
Yes, the entire house.
Oh,
including
please stop
windows and
switching from one
waxing
person to
floor.
another like it's a blooming flick book.
Oh
Oh,
my
do my
God.
eyes in.
Wow, that's a really polished
Wow,
floor.
that
So
amazing
they
walking
went by,
animation.
and they spent more time together.
You didn't realize you could just get out of the building and like tell her to like stop doing this, you know? Or could they not be bothered to animate her legs to do so?
Well, you know that would
No,
cost
it's easier
money.
to animate a scalp.
Getting along. She seems to be
Oh,
What?
and then another creepy person
We
alert.
learned about how important that tree was.
That's
for
the mayor.
children. The children had never been so happy. They really
Anybody in this
developed
thing
a
that isn't
special
creepy.
feeling towards children
Good point.
and a
Oh,
relationship of
this isn't as
trust
creepy as Son of the Mask.
and love.
Definitely not as creepy
No.
as that.
Mrs.
Nothing is as
Matilda
creepy as that.
continued
Well, you have to
receiving
understand that
donations
movie is pure evil.
Little
There's
did
a
he know
difference.
that the
This is
money
at
was
least
destined to pursuits
at
Wait,
least
other than
tolerable.
same-
the lives of the
Is this
children.
the same
Uh,
shot?
Thank
that's,
you,
that,
Mr.
that's
Mayor. The
debatable.
children and I thank you for the
Reused
fun.
animation for what
Mrs.
given
Matilda.
point of animation this is.
Yeah, this is the
I
same
have to
thing
check
we've
to
seen
make sure this
before.
says looped.
Here goes the children's money again.
It's like she knows she's gonna lose.
Time goes by. Soon autumn came.
Here goes
I
the children's
don't
money
like
again.
this, but I'm
Then
gonna play
Christmas time
anyway.
arrived.
Odds are I'm gonna win eventually, right?
We actually get to the title of the movie.
And we're only 11 minutes in.
We're only how many minutes in?
11 minutes in. That means we've still got another 31 to go.
Oh, trust me, it gets better from here on out. Now that I remember it.
I
Mrs.
really
Better
do.
or worse?
I have good news. This year I've collected more money
Well,
for
this
the
year
children's
I've
Christmas.
I'm
I've
sure
got
I'm
enough
suffering
money
from
here to
deja
get the
vu.
children new clothes.
I think we've all had a
Still
collective
some left
aneurysm
for
here.
Christmas presents. Here you go, Mrs. Mavilda.
No, my nose
Here's the
isn't
2
bleeding
bags.
yet, so I'm
Here's
sure
more
I'm good.
money. Here's
One
more money for you to
present.
piss away.
I'm glad
Go
those
ahead.
poor little things
Nice
aren't going to have to
bags,
spend
lady.
another winter in patches and rags. By the
To be
way,
fair, they're
where's
probably less
Pete?
saggy than our
Oh,
actual
Mrs.
tit.
Kendall, glad you're here.
Gave Mrs. Mavilda the money there so she can buy new clothes for the children.
Okay, I'm going to
Something
point
nice
out the
for
obvious
Christmas.
again. This guy's
I've been
mouth is
noticing
just
that the
flapping.
children
There's
have
no
become very
real
fond of you.
trying. They're
So
not
I
even
think
trying to
you'd be the right
synchronize it. It's
person
that bad.
for
It's
me to ask this
hilarious.
favor.
It's
Would
sort
you
of on
mind
par
helping
with
Mrs. Mavilda pick out
it looks like it's like from
clothes
another
for the
language
children?
and then it's just dubbed
You know what
over,
they
not
might
unlike Sonic
What do you
06.
say?
You know,
I'd
at
be
least
more
that,
than honored,
if they were to
Mr.
actually dub
Mayor.
over it,
Good.
I could buy
I
that.
gotta be
but-
going now.
This was actually made in America, I'm guessing.
Again, Mr.
Right,
Mayor.
or
You have been
some
very
English,
kind.
primary
Don't
English-speaking country.
mention it.
I've
Right.
got to tell the
Hey, don't blame the Brits for this
wait.
rubbish.
That was some new animation. That was some new animation, guys.
Oh my
Stop
God.
the presses.
Frank? Mavilda. Do you feel lucky tonight?
Mavilda?
How many minutes did we save on having to put new animation in? 5 minutes. Not enough. We need to add more. More, damn it.
And don't forget the
And if you thought that the mayor's
my
mouth
God.
flapping was bad, you just look at that.
Soon,
That
Ugh.
eating animation
we're all
there.
going to have new
Her whole
clothes.
head was
But
moving.
Remember, you should thank Mr.
Her head
Mayor.
and her shoulders and just.
Oh,
It was like
ugh.
a-
maybe if
it was
there's
like
some
watching
money
a
left
Muppet
over,
talk.
I can
At
convince
least that's
Mrs. Mavilda to
understandable.
buy some red velvet. That way I can make some Christmas stockings to hang on the fireplace.
Red velvet.
Looks like she's slyly evil.
Don't you know about Christmas stockings that you hang on the fireplace for Santa Claus to fill? You don't.
She's so disgusted with
Which one
that
of you
kid.
knows about Christmas?
I do. I don't.
I know you do, Pappy. Christmas, well, let me tell you about it. Christmas is a pretty and happy time of the year. A time
Unlike
when
this
people get
animation.
together. Friends with friends, children with their parents and grandparents, all together. People go out and buy their Christmas tree.
Christmas tree? What's that? It's a
Do I just explain
It's a-
everything to you?
It's a tree, you
Yes,
dumb
just like
kid.
her, but not as tall because we have to place it in the living room. I guess you've never seen a Christmas tree before.
Let's roll, kids.
Oh, well, gotta swipe to the next scene.
He's not anybody's grandpa.
Oh, that was pointless. Why would you do that?
Santa Claus is everybody's grandpa.
And how can his sleigh fly? Because he has special reindeer to pull it, and each one has his own.
Why would you
special
introduce
name.
that
That's
transition
right,
slide
children.
that was there?
Say, you know Santa lets every
I think
good
the editor
boy and
was
girl
drunk
make a
right
wish
in
for
this scene.
Christmas.
Really?
That would
Mrs.
explain.
Mavilda never
Now I know
told
you
us
say,
that.
well, that
Well,
explains
it's
a lot.
true.
To
But
be
you
fair,
know,
that's
you have
true,
to make
but
a simple wish
you know what
because
I mean.
Santa has to make toys and other presents for all the children of the world.
Yes, and he's busy all year.
Hey,
Now
I
can
get
I be the
questions.
first one to make a
Lady, you're
Christmas
full of
wish?
shit.
Sure you can, honey. But think hard before you do.
You lost, Mavilda.
Let's have another hand.
Oh, look, more reused animation.
And another terrible cutaway.
And his other arm.
Hey, this isn't Family Guy.
Santa can do anything.
I always feel so sorry for him.
If Santa can do anything, why am I stuck in this house?
How come you're wishing for that? I want a bike.
I want a brand new doll.
I wonder how many
Ribbons
chocolate
over
bars they had to
there.
buy
Wait
to
a
get these
minute,
kids to
children.
do this.
You have to settle down.
No.
How
Here's
is
what it
Santa
really
going
was.
to know which
I am
child-
this kid's
which
father,
one
and
of
this is
you
the movie that's
all
going to
wish
make
at the
my
same
child a
time?
child actor
Now,
star.
let's
That's
do
going to
this
propel
one at
them
a
into
time.
fandom, and I'm
You,
going to
Sarah,
be
you go
living
next.
off of him
Tell
forever
us
and
what
ever.
you want Santa to bring you.
Can I say her line there was, "No, calm down, children. Settle down."
Are you crazy?
It's acting.
That's right, Mavilda. Now you
Going all in, look.
Now that I know all your wishes,
Honestly, I
I'm going
think
to write
I
Santa
think to be
Claus
honest,
a
I think I'd
letter
rather just be watching
saying,
the poker match. To be honest, just get some, just get some. Oh, I can't think of his bloody name now. Oh, the guy that did that BS program. The guys that did that.
Oh,
you beat me.
Penn and Teller.
Oh, hell
Just get
yeah.
some Penn and Teller commentary and off we go.
What do you think, Mavilda?
It'll be more interesting than what we're actually seeing. Wait a minute, did she just have 5 of the same card?
She did.
Is she secretly Bender?
that would explain a lot.
What a hangover.
Okay.
She's here.
She actually mentioned hangover. There's actual alcohol being mentioned. I don't know if I should be upset or if I should be relieved on that.
Bear in mind, this was made in '91,
I don't
so
have to
drugs
explain
and
anything to
alcohol
her.
weren't
Come
evil to
I'm
children
ready,
back
Mrs.
then.
Mavilda.
We're
Oh.
not
No,
going
drugs
go
were
shopping
evil
anymore.
back then.
What?
No, just not alcohol.
Because I
Okay,
said
fair
so.
point.
But Mrs. Mavilda, I don't understand.
I know this from the fact that most video game in arcades had like drugs are bad PSAs before you actually could play the games.
Yep,
They need to have
track
one of those.
mode.
They need to have one of those before this movie.
Yes, they do.
Tell you something, and you better listen.
Warning: this animation doesn't actually have any real animation.
You don't want the mayor to see them without new clothes.
How can you dare to? All right. Now you know. And now
My
that
mouth's
you know,
gonna
you better
tremble
make
a
sure
little.
You don't tell him a thing.
Well, don't tell anyone I pissed this money away, because I might get into trouble, you know.
What are you going
Did
to
you
do
see
with
that
the
cut
money?
from her
The
smiling to her
money's
suddenly being
gone. Now,
mad?
just-
It was like
Just
the
get out of
frame
here.
was
Give
just
me a
literally
second.
swiped there.
Poor little ones.
Terrible.
She's got
This is going to break
as
your
much
heart.
emotional
Children,
attachment
come
to
here,
anything
please.
as
All
a
of you.
G3.6 pony.
Children,
Yeah.
I know
Like,
this
she
is
can't hold one
upsetting,
emotion at a
but I
time.
must tell you
These
something.
She can't
these
have more than
children
one.
You know
are
new
the
clothes we
children of the
promised you?
fucking
Well,
devil.
I'm
Look
afraid
at those
you're not going to be
smiles.
getting
I
them.
know.
I know.
There's-
I
oh my
know.
God.
There's nothing I can do about it. I have something else to say.
Why is she
You're not going to
twitching?
be
Every time
allowed
she
to
speaks,
go
look, she's
outside
twitching.
anymore unless
It's
That's
a
you
layering
leave
problem.
No, see,
the
no, the thing is that her eyes are remaining the same. It's her whole body is twitching.
Yep, I was just
That's
gonna
what I
point
mean.
that out.
It's weird, but it's only when she's speaking, though.
By the way,
It's
now that,
actually it's the same with everyone.
since we're still on the subject of the children, look at those eyes. And I don't mean how creepy they are, but look, the pupils. There's a whiteness to it. They're clearly without a soul here.
Yeah.
Judy can be really big trouble for me.
What, you mean
She's
they're
starting
just
to
like
know too
living
much.
dolls
One
and they're not
wrong word
actually
slips
children
out
at
of her
all?
mouth, the mayor
Exactly.
will find things out.
So
They're looking for
we
a,
have to
they're
get
looking
that
for a
woman outta
soul,
here.
so that's why they want the
She's
parents.
changing everything around here.
did this
To be
lady
fair, the
get
makers of this
injured?
were looking for a brain, so...
Mayor's gonna ask me.
So did this lady get injured, or are they just lazy to animate, so they're just gonna have her stay in the bed all day?
They needed to put a hat on her so they didn't have to animate hair.
Those eyes, oh my god.
I'll make her into a thief.
There we go,
just
proof
like
that
I did
AJ
to
was
Joe
only
back
animated with a hat so that they didn't have to animate her
Worked
mane.
beautifully. But this
Proof
time
that
I better
the
change
proof
it.
that they don't have any love for AJ.
No, think about it though. Look at what they
Now,
did to her
I
in
have a
what's the
job for
episode?
you.
Simple Ways.
Wow. I have this girl who's working for me.
Yeah, but that's
now.
because the
Now
the
I
budget
gotta do
went
something
up.
to get her out
Okay,
of
fair
here before
enough.
it's too late. I told her that you have a package for me. I'm sending her over to pick it up.
That and it gives them an excuse for not actually selling her with a hat with the toys now
Don't
as
you
well.
understand that it's
kidding.
only a pretext?
It's like, yeah,
Shut
in
up
that
and
one
listen
episode
and
she
do
didn't
as I
have a
say.
hat, so we
Here's
could
the plan.
totally get away with selling
I
it
want
with
you to
her
put
without a
something
hat now.
valuable in her purse while
Just
she's
puts
in your
that
house
closet
picking
full
up
of
the package.
Stetsons
That
into
shouldn't be too
perspective.
difficult for you with your fast fingers, should it now? Oh, come on.
Your fast
now.
fingers?
Now
Oh,
listen
my.
carefully. Make a package. I'm going to tell her you'll have one ready to pick up. Anything. Put anything you want inside. We have to make everything look real so she won't be suspicious.
Oh, that can't be taken out of
I was
context.
gonna say context,
Wait for
lady.
an hour and
Jeez.
then call the police.
Thank goodness it's here.
When you accuse her of stealing, the police will go after her.
The child's
Search
just
the car.
facial
They'll find the
expression.
missing
It's
item
like
in her
she's
possession
watching a
and
murder
bingo,
or something.
They'll arrest her. She'll never make it back here.
It's a murder of animation, that's why.
Yes.
Yeah, no kidding.
When he hears that his favorite lady is a thief, well, he'll just flip. She'll automatically be thrown out of the house.
I could be watching the new
That
Top Gear right
tree
now
is
that's on
still gonna
BBC
cause you a
Two.
lot of trouble.
Goodness.
As long as it's
And
there.
you
could be watching the
Awful
grass
funny.
grow
Children
outside.
are gonna want to be
And
playing.
you wonder why
Yeah,
I
true.
wanted this one
especially
when I
with
wanted
what
it.
that woman is built around it. I gotta get rid
Well,
of it
because
all.
it's Christmas,
That's
because
what
if we
I'm
showed
going
it in the
to
middle
do
of summer, it would
now.
look stupid.
How soon can you
Yeah.
But you know,
chop this
stupidness
tree
actually
down?
looks itself, so, you know.
Good.
Of course, I don't know. That might actually
We'll
only
see you
add
after
on to this
Christmas,
movie
then.
now that I think of it.
Soon I'll have those
Look at the
children
corners
back
of her
under
mouth,
my
and they
roof,
just keep
like
jumping
before.
all
And a
over
warm fire
her
in my
face.
room.
Her eyelids
whoa,
must be
whoa.
really painful to shut.
Was that legitimate
Well,
animation,
no,
or was
girl.
that just a flip
Sometimes I don't
effect?
realize just how brilliant you are.
I want to say it was the latter.
It probably is.
It's probably a flip effect.
What, did she have to look back? Okay, now
She
they're,
ran away. How is she still around the
Sound
corner?
effect.
now they're just recycling the animation again, shamelessly.
Kid, you are no solid
Here's
snake.
the address that you have to go to. Look for Mr.
Need to edit
Hey,
that, put a
He has
little
everything waiting for
exclamation
you
mark
there.
over her
Please,
head.
Thank you.
Oh, no.
What was that
I
noise?
wouldn't.
What
Let
was
me
that
say
noise?
goodbye to the children.
No,
Huh?
no.
Whose
There's
footprints
no
are
time for
these?
that. You must go now. Here is your coat and your car keys.
You must go now. The story won't allow
I need
it.
to tell you something.
Not
I must go now. I must go back
now.
to my
Can you
people.
tell me
Yeah,
when I
I
get
must
back?
go now. My
No.
planet needs me.
Here's the key to your space.
Now.
You know what the worst part is?
Exactly.
I would so
Whatever it is, just tell me.
expect something
Yes,
like
tell
that.
Mrs. Mavilda. She can help you.
Nah, that would be far too exciting.
Say goodbye to the little ones for me. See you
Yeah,
before
but
Christmas.
that and she's missing the backwards hat and nunchucks.
I'm not gonna lie here. I have no idea what's going on in terms of story.
I think
all you need to know is the old woman is a bitch.
Sure. But truth be told, there isn't much of a plot to go off of with this. Trust me.
Were you up there a while ago?
I forget.
Well, it just seems that this woman is evil. Well, say evil. She's just not nice, and she doesn't really care about the children. She likes pissing money away playing poker. That basically seems to be all I've learned so far.
Pissing away money playing poker with people who just have decks of the same exact card.
And she's also freaking butt ugly too.
So you can level that to pretty much any character in this, though. So you know.
Whoa!
That's what you
Did you
think
see
of
that?
me. I'll teach you
She
how
just
to say
appeared out of
goodnight
nowhere.
listening
No,
to other
her
people's
skirt
conversations.
appeared out of nowhere, and then
Go
her
to bed
top half
right now.
appeared right on top of it.
Point.
See, there's pop-up in this animation.
First of all, I'm surprised we don't see that more
Listen
often.
here,
Second,
you rascals.
is there?
From now on, things are going to be different
God.
around here. You've been spoiled with that woman.
There's someone
But the good
else
times are all over
controlling.
for you.
She's
No
like a
more Mrs.
two-part
Kendall
robot.
here,
There's
Mrs.
someone controlling the
Kendall
leg and
there.
someone controlling the
I don't
top
want to hear
half.
her name around here
It
anymore.
would explain a lot,
She's not a
actually.
robot, she's a puppet with
I'll make
strings,
sure
and
you
someone
get
had
out of
obviously
here,
forgotten
too.
to pull the other strings at the other half of her.
I forgot something. What is the name of your friend out there? Come on, tell me. I want to know your friend's name.
Why do you want to know if you're going to cut Mrs. Hopewell down?
Oh, I see. The little big mouth.
Good
is
going,
already
kid.
Wait.
I'm
There's
cutting
part
her
of.
down.
Whoa! What the? Oh my
Wow,
gosh.
why did her eyes look different in that
Why
very
was-
end scene? They actually looked more like realistic eyes there. That was
That
weird. It's like she got a completely different face.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. That's a completely. That was like they took from some. They stole from some different animation and put that in there.
But I'm really
This is the extended edition. They added that in a few years down later.
That's right. What about the mayor? He could do something.
No, it's like one of those Star Wars special editions where they add animation over the top. It's like originally this was just animatic, but we've actually gone to the real effort here.
And we're replacing that guy in the chair earlier with CG.
Hancha first.
You're the only one that knows where his office is. Remember when you came here with your parents? You guys.
What's wrong with this kid's voice?
That is not a kid actor there, definitely.
He's sucking helium.
Perhaps it is a child and they just put a gun to his head. You will speak these lines.
Can I see my mom again?
Don't cry.
He's here, it's because he's hungry. And at the same time, he usually taps this window.
Wait, what?
That
What?
means it's 9 o'clock.
Is this kid
If it's
speaking?
that late, the mayor
No,
has
I think
already
someone
gone
else.
home. And he
No,
won't
it's
be
supposed to be-
back
No, it's that
until
kid.
Stop laughing.
He's speaking without even using his mouth. That's crazy.
It's a
Oh
ventriloquist.
god, this is over two rainbows all over again. I need more beer.
I know what's gonna happen.
Oh,
Mrs. Kendall is going to be fired.
I should have gotten
She's
some
gonna go
beer.
away and take Pappy and Lily with her. You mean we're never
I've nearly
gonna
finished my
see
beer
them
and we're only
again?
about just
That's
past
right.
halfway through.
We're about to that 25-minute mark here.
Yeah, I'm on 25 now.
So now we gotta fill about 20 more minutes of this
She's gonna
crap.
become firewood. It's
That should be
What the hell do they fill it with?
with? Christmas. I wish that my Christmas wish could be changed.
Look, their mouths are not moving. No. Oh no, it's her that's speaking. That's okay. But I do love how they've not shown her mouth, so they don't actually have to animate it.
Kid,
They just
kid,
animate
your
her
wish
mouth.
is non-refundable. Sorry.
Well, Matt, on top of that, at this point, is it really that big of a deal? I think we're all pretty well going in on going into this at this point that it falls under. The only thing we're going to get is Muppet-style animation with their mouths and the lip syncing about half a second or so off.
In charge. Mrs. Hopewell doesn't have a chance. Don't say that. Mom said
It's a
when you
it's a
really,
fucking
really
tree.
wish hard, your wish can come true.
Oh, that's
Wait a minute,
problem.
did he just
Oh,
say-
yeah.
Because they are the
So
messengers
he
of
obviously
Christmas
did have
wishes.
parents
Is
then.
that true?
I
Can
really,
change
really wish
my
that-
wish too?
And I thought these were just the spawn of the devil.
Hey, come on, kid. I really would wish my mom was still alive, and you don't hear me whining about it.
What I
Ouch.
need is a wish to save Mrs. Hopewell.
I
I want my wish the same, too. I think it's too late for our wishes to be changed. You mean you don't think our star is going to make it on time? Yes, it's no use.
What, you mean you can't change your wishes?
What if one
Damn.
of us goes to him? But where are we and where is his house?
So if we just make one wish, we can't alter it in any way, shape or form. So I still never got my Thomas the Tank Engine big railroad set, but I can't change that wish even though I made it when I was about 4.
I don't.
Did you mention that?
Neither do I.
All right, let's make it an easy wish. I wish for world peace.
I mean, can't you just wish for the old hag to just die or something? I mean,
You know, technically they do
wish that
outnumber
she'd be
her.
in a home with proper parents. Well, not proper parents, but you know, with a family. Wouldn't that be a better wish?
I wish for a double barrel shotgun.
No, better yet. I wish for Ash. What's the guy from Evil Dead?
Here.
Ash, what's his name?
Ketchum?
No.
That's Pokemon.
Never mind. Oh boy.
I could almost swear I heard that dog barking here. Oh, if I catch that
Thank
dog
God that
here,
dog's tail isn't on my foot.
kids will be really sorry.
Ooh, that was lucky.
You know, dog, you could. Wait, did she ever step on him? That's all I want to know.
No, she didn't.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay,
I got
fade
some
out.
Consistency,
Sure, why
what's
not?
that?
Licorice. Let's go, boy. Good luck, Pappy. And
Mush.
Be careful.
Mush.
Why did they bring like one of the young apart? I think he's like the second youngest. Why are they making him go out?
Well, where is he going?
The eldest would go.
What happened here?
That was a big accident.
What does this have to do with anything?
We got a bad accident here, ma'am.
No.
Slowing
Get
its
through.
Thanks
down,
for the
getting back.
obvious, Sergeant.
I'm sorry, but you got to turn around and go back. Merry Christmas, ma'am.
Brought to you by the Department of Redundancy.
Some poor sap got so depressed with how badly animated our world is, and he just drank a bunch and drove off the bridge.
But of course, because this is so poorly animated, we never actually see the accident.
Of course not.
So we have now had 2 youngest going out here. Fan friggin'
Sure.
tastic.
How did you not notice she was in there?
Wait. Back up here for a minute, guys. Notice how they aren't wearing anything like coats.
How did you get that?
Mittens.
I just went to the kitchen.
Boots.
And Mrs. Mavilda didn't catch you?
Well, to be fair, they've got no soul, so they probably can't feel anything.
Okay, fair enough. That makes sense.
Mrs. Mavilda's gonna find out. When there's
Whoever
more than one
whoever
kid
animated
gone,
these
it's harder
smiles
to
needs
hide
to just
it.
not
I'm sorry,
be allowed to animate smiles ever again.
I was just saying
Well,
you
no,
should not
they
be
can
allowed
animate
to
smiles,
animate
but only
again.
in horror
Period.
Sure.
It's better being with someone when it's a long way. Let's go, Licorice.
This kid is so depressed. Oh my god.
You know, at least Dog from Kung Pao, that was funny. This isn't.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I actually think that these animators completely wasted their talents here. I really think they should have done a Halloween special. It certainly would have been scary.
Amen to that.
Oh my gosh.
And I think
Talking about pointless-
Dog is spinning in his grave right now.
Can I just say that animation when they were running across, it literally just was the background just moving from left to right and the same movement from the dog and nothing on the kids whatsoever.
Where were they? How did they get to the North Pole?
Wait a minute, why did that bear look like he got a mouth similar to Jaws?
Wow, that kid is so shocked he can't move at all.
Oh, and she just beamed Yogi right in the head with the picnic basket. Didn't even slow him down.
That's a fine picnic basket you got there.
What are we going to do? We're just going right for this cliff. Let's keep going. Good game.
Why was he braking like a car there?
Well, all dogs are equipped with anti-lock,
Oh my god.
anti-lock hydraulic brakes, aren't they?
You mean anti-lock hydraulic barks?
Does that mean the dog's a 4-wheel drive?
Help me! I'm about to
Wow,
fall
you
off a
sound
cliff.
so in peril. I'm
Say
just so convinced by this voice acting.
This
You
bear
did so
sucks.
much
Oh my
that
That
God.
cliff didn't even look even that steep. She could have probably just climbed up herself.
what I want to know is, what is this bear's issue? Does he just hate kids? Does he hate the animation? What is his
Well, he
deal?
did get hit by that basket.
Bears can sense the evil within these kids.
Soulless beings must die.
Are you serious?
What? That's more. Only the beginning when you're fighting that gargoyle in Conker's Bad Fur Day is that any more ridiculous. But that was played for laughs. I think this was meant to be taken deadly seriously.
You know, I'll give that scene credit. At least they had the dog animated fighting the bear. I believed it for a little bit, if even a smidgen of it.
Well, if I
And then
stood
that
about
happened.
15 feet away and scrunched my eyes up, yeah, maybe.
She's gone.
Oh no, I have to feel sad now.
I can't find her. Oh, Licorice, what should
Well, you're not gonna
we
find her
do?
just sitting there, are you? Get off your lazy ass and look for her.
Lily, where are you? Where'd you go?
I'm out of this freaking movie. You're on your own, kid.
So she went
Oh,
to
it's so good
where,
to
and
be
it took her
back
how long to
home.
get
I
back?
missed you all so much. Where's Lily and Pappy? What's the matter? Are
Dead.
you hiding something?
Happy and Lily aren't here.
Well, no, they're not really hiding anything because they're not there.
Went to the North Pole. He had to find Santa
Evidence
Claus
of
before he leaves
absence.
for Christmas. He has to help us save Mrs. Hopewell.
I don't understand.
What? What?
Mrs.
What was that
Mavilda wants to cut
voice?
down Mrs. Hopewell. Be careful, Mrs. Kindle. Mrs. Mavilda's planning something mean to get you out of
God, she sounds like
I
an
don't
actual
want
grown-ass
you or
woman.
Lily or Pappy to go.
Now that you mention it,
I mean, you know what? I know I said that kids were being voiced by adult actors, but at least the adult actors in most animations at least try to sound younger.
You were the responsible one for all of this.
You.
If you hadn't
You.
put some junk into their minds, they wouldn't be causing me trouble.
Help me find them, please.
Help
Yeah,
How
you
are
know,
they
shoving
causing-
all those French fries through their ears was a really bad idea.
If the mayor finds out about this, you trouble. He's gonna blame me, and I'm gonna lose my job. You have caused
You.
enough
Josh.
trouble. I'm sick and tired of your children in that tree. Pack your things right now. You're fired. I don't want to see your face another minute.
Jesus, lady,
was
calm
that
down.
a semblance of
Okay, I'd say
acting or
that's-
what?
Frank?
Perhaps
still
someone was
have
just
that electric
stepping on her
chainsaw
toes or
of
something while she was speaking.
Good. I have a little job for you tonight. I know it's Christmas Eve, but I will pay you.
Why are they making her seem like a mafia boss or something? It's really
I'll see you
creepy.
later.
What I want to know is,
These children
what
are
is?
gonna have their
I-
best Christmas
I say this
present
lightly.
yet.
What is this woman's backstory? What compelled her to be evil? I know she lives in an orphanage, so that's almost always. Or she
Yeah,
runs
but
it, I
the
should
thing
say.
is, though, normally you'd think anyone that runs an orphanage at least has some kindness and compassion, because obviously they want to, you know, take kids in to look after them. I mean, I just don't understand why that would then turn a person evil. That's a bit of a stretch.
Can I just say that she in that last scene she was pretty much putting out a hit on a tree.
On a tree.
I'm sorry, children, but I have to do this job.
Okay, then stay and watch.
That new Hitman game is looking a bit less good now.
Come,
Hello,
children.
I am your generic hitman.
What do you think
Allow
you're
me
doing?
to be, or allow me to cut down
Nobody
your
cuts Mrs. Hopewell
problem,
until we talk
ma'am.
to the mayor.
Get away from that tree right now.
Why don't
And
you
they're-
just phone a tree
Turn on that
surgeon?
machine and do the job.
But they're surrounding the tree.
Do as I say.
And now she's calling
the
for
kids.
murder.
Shut
Fantastic,
up.
lady.
Well
Whatever
said.
you say,
They are
ma'am.
surrounding the tree. He's gonna do it anyway.
He did it off
is the
screen. That's
meaning of
hilarious.
Oh, Mr. Mayor, we're so glad to see
Mr.
you.
Mayor, help!
You couldn't
Murder!
come at a better time.
Oh, the mayor.
Turn that thing off. I can't hear a thing.
I love how the mayor is basically the
I just
police
want
in
you to
this
know that
world.
This wasn't my
Well, it is
idea,
a small
Mr.
town,
Mayor.
so.
What are you talking about?
This wasn't my
Explain
idea,
to me
Mr.
why
Mayor.
all of you are out in the middle of this snow on
I mean, it's
Christmas
still
Eve.
assistant murder.
Notice how the girl is still gone.
Lily, where is she?
She's
Well,
gone.
at least
died.
that was
Oh,
consistent.
God, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Ray.
Oh, God, what do you mean?
Tell
Where
me,
did this
son,
guy
What
come
happened to
from?
Lily?
He appeared from Hammer Space. Hammer Time.
Daddy. all the way down, and I couldn't
Those
figure
eyes. Oh my
Can't
God.
touch this.
My baby.
James, hurry! Tell
You know
the
what I
sheriff to
don't
get a
understand?
rescue party going right
Where did
away.
the children go?
We must find the
Did they,
little
I know they
girl.
were saying something like, we need to go to the
Tell me,
North
child.
Pole. But
Why did you do
it's
a
like they never
crazy
went
thing
any
like
further
that?
than
I'm
across
sorry, Mr.
town.
Mayor, but I...
They must
went
live
outdoors
close
in
to the
the
North
same
Pole.
way
Before
that
Mrs. Mavilda cut
they
down
they do
Mrs.
in the
Hopewell.
bottom special
She's
where
gonna
they go
have a fire.
outdoors. They just get off the bus and walk about 15 feet.
Why don't you
Yeah.
explain all this to me, Mrs. Kindle?
Well, Mrs. Hopewell is
Mrs.
this
Kindle.
pine tree. A tree that has become important.
Mrs.
to
Kindle,
children.
sponsored by
You
Amazon.
know, Mr. Mayor, the children felt very lonely without a grown-up around to give them love and guide them through their difficult times.
To be fair, there's probably more animation on an original e-ink Kindle, to be fair.
Between Mrs. Hopewell, someone they could talk to.
Where did
Someone
all
who
these
was
other people come
always
from?
there to listen.
Well, when you have a
Have
chainsaw
space.
running, you
That
tend to
Mrs.
attract
Mavilda was
people.
going to cut down their friend. Why, they had to think of something. Mrs.
better think of
Hopewell
something.
is everything to them. Their playground, their companion.
It's actually kind of sad how these kids actually made a best friend out of a tree.
Well, desperate times, desperate measures, you know.
Well, to be fair,
That's
the
true.
rest of most of the main six are friends with a tree.
Aww.
Touche.
Is the only one that can explain.
I'm surprised you didn't window him for that.
She was around here a minute ago.
Mrs. Mavilda, wherever you are, I want you in my office first thing tomorrow.
Wherever.
You have
So
a
she went into
lot
hammer space to hide.
explain
Okay.
me. You'd better be there.
Mr. Mayor,
You better
tell
be
them
there.
not to cut Mrs. Hopewell.
Don't worry about that, little one. Your tree, I mean, Mrs. Hopewell is going to be all right.
What? Sunset out of
You
nowhere.
mentioned that. That's great.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
What the hell?
God says no.
Hang on a minute. There's two people there that are not animated. Did you not drawn? Did you see that?
Yes, we saw
Did you
that.
just see that? Oh my god.
is not pleased, Mrs. Hopewell. I will smite thee.
So what? Santa can shoot lightning from his hands? Okay.
I always thought Santa was a Sith Lord. Damn.
It all makes sense now.
Where was the animation budget when? That and the bear and dog fighting scene.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was terrible.
What is happening?
Oh, Lily, I'm so glad to see you.
I missed all of
Oh,
Santa let me into his sleigh and showed me his package full of presents.
What the hell? Why was there a magical aura around one of the arms of that teddy?
It was broken, so Santa fixed it.
This whole animation's broken.
What did you Can I please go back and edit that so the kids just vaporize?
That would be funny.
Attention, everybody! This
Can't we just bring
Attention,
Santa?
everybody.
Just like that, the orphan problem was solved.
Therefore, it will stay standing as long as it lives. I hereby proclaim this tree here.
Well, to be fair, it'll only live for as long as it's alive, so if someone cuts it down next week, then it'll be dead anyway, so...
Yep. Yay!
Oh, you guys have to hear the sign off. Just
Oh my god, that one guy's robe is constantly changing colors.
I'll tell you when, but yeah. There's a scene at the end here. You guys just have to hear
Mr.
this.
Mayor,
It's
I would
gold.
be more than honored.
Wait a minute.
I would be
Can't
more
take
than
this
honored.
job. That's right. Because you'll be busy helping me raise 9 children.
9 children? But Ray, we only have 2 children.
He has that smug look. He's like, yeah, we gotta get busy.
Yes. From now
Oh
on,
my
they are
gosh.
going to have a father and
Yeah,
a mother.
screw any other orphans that come into this town. We're just gonna look after these 9 children.
Oh, she lives.
I'm surprised she did. Hot damn.
I'm surprised they aren't
Let's-
calling for
let's
her
have a
head at
good
this point.
Christmas. Merry Christmas.
And then they kiss.
Well.
Oh
I hope
man.
there is a
Okay,
fan
silence,
fiction of
silence,
this
quiet.
A
animation.
mom and a dad. Ray and Judy got themselves the job
Mrs. Hopewell is definitely going to be getting. What's the name of the tree from Bloomin' MLP?
Bloomberg.
Bloomberg. I hope we don't get any Mrs. Hopewell Bloomberg crossover fan fiction shipping fix.
Judy's assistant. Well, don't worry about Mrs. Mavilda.
Because I'm sure their sex would be electric.
She learned that you always win when you are good.
What a load of crap! What a freaking load of crap! You always
fantastic lesson. You always win when you're good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Sonic Says has nothing on that.
And when Santa invites you into his sleigh, tell him that's no good.
These credits are exactly the same as the credits at the beginning. They're literally padding this out by showing the same credits twice, just with a different background.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a lot of people who worked on this.
And
that's a lot of
people for the hit list.
It's a lot of animators for that. They each animated one frame.
Well, no, to be fair, the animators they were mostly like artists and colorists. To be fair, there was probably like one animator that was working in in his basement, like feverishly to a really tight deadline.
I just love that tacked on morality at the end, as if to say, "Well, we got to give got to give them something." So, okay, let's go with this. Oh my God!
So remember, if you really want something, wish for it, and Santa will come and smite your enemies
with a creepy smile.
Do you know something really?
I have to say that's this. I have to say that Santa was probably the creepiest thing of this whole thing.
No, the
that's saying
soulless
something.
Eyes and terrible smiles were, if you ask me.
You know, I actually kind of want to take that scene of the smiling children and just Photoshop the Grinch's smile onto them.
It wouldn't make it any less creepy.
Well, no, that's exactly why I want to do that, is because it wouldn't make it any less creepy.
I can just see that. I really can right now that you mentioned it. It's like, as if to say, "Mwahaha, we are evil, and we are going to do evil things." And they really do evil things.
The tree was their source of their power, and she was just trying to take the power away, but...
Apparently it's got some sort of self-defense mechanism built in, and its name is Santa Claus. Oh, my Lord, that's terrible.
That was probably the best part of that whole thing. She just swings the chainsaw, and like as soon as she makes contact with it, bam, bolts out freaking nowhere.
Oh, well, I like how she just takes the chainsaw away from the guy out of nowhere.
Yeah, she just ninja that.
I need to re-see that scene. Was there actually any clouds in the sky when that scene actually started? I'm pretty sure there was no clouds at all.
No, because the lightning came from Santa's fingers. He's like a firebender.
Or a Sith Lord, as Mr. Ben pointed out.
Or is he like the son of Thor or something?
All I can picture is just... by the way, remember the animation with that scene where she gets zapped? I think it was just a matter of, again, going back and forth. Like, they just went forward about 2 seconds and then rewind.
I've not seen it, but I've heard... I've heard of... You've heard of Elf Bowling?
I have.
Yeah, they made a movie out of that. And in said movie, it has Santa as a pirate. Sounds better than it actually is, because I've actually seen like a preview clip of it. And yeah, it's CGI animation, but it's like the worst CGI animation I think I've ever seen, except for maybe some French rubbish that I've seen.
Okay, question. Is it better than Ratatouille?
That's the one I'm thinking of. It's barely better than Ratatouille, but to be fair, it's considerably newer than Ratatouille. So,
oh jeez, oh man.
Hey, well, that could be another Christmas special. We do another Christmas.
Yeah,
we can all look forward to that.
Yeah. Unless we decide we want to do like a Christmas in July sort of thing.
Very good.
We could do that. But for now, we'll have to piece together next week's riff.
Depending on what time we do it next week, I may not be able to go. So that's fine. You guys do it.
This is just one of those things that I don't know if I should feel sorry that I had you guys sit through this or not. Because
I regret nothing.
To be fair, at least I had to sit it through with you guys. If I had to watch it on my own, I think I probably would have switched off after about 5 minutes. So
I'm still not entirely sure what actually happened in that movie. All I know is some lady wanted to cut down a tree because some kids liked it, and then she got smited by Santa. I don't know the point of anything else.
So Santa really is Jesus. So that wasn't Santa there. That was Santa Christ.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
Oh, my gosh.
But they missed this. I missed this theme song. To be fair, that would have cost them too much money in royalties, probably.
Not to mention the whole time traveling bit, but I'm not going there.
To be fair, they could have put time traveling in this plot, and it probably would have made it make more sense. To be fair,
if they would have done that, it certainly would have been more interesting. I'll say that much. Of course, then I'd be complaining, "Where's the doctor? Where's the doctor? Where's the doctor?"
Or you could just complain about all the plot holes that there would be. Although, to be fair, at least there would be a plot to have holes in.
That's debatable, I think. I know it's a case of existence, but
to be fair, as far as Doucette's machine, just that just that lightning strike just coming out of nowhere, it's just brilliant. It's like there's nothing that's going to stop her except for something really extraneous and unlikely.
You know what I find funny? It's not like there was only one person there. She was surrounded by people. So, unless she was...
To be fair, she did have a chainsaw.
Cost money. Well, animating them to come nearer to her would have cost money.
True. I realize that, yeah, she has a chainsaw, but it falls under... Unless she was spinning around and around, and I mean around and around, she would have... I think someone could have gotten the jump on her. And the only... if she was spinning around, she probably would have gotten stuck in the tree or something, in which someone could have said, "Stop!" and gotten her. But yeah, I think Matt's saying everything that needs to be said. That would have cost animation that they couldn't afford.
You know, I think I figured out how she actually snuck up on that guy and stole the chainsaw, because we saw earlier it was planted that half of her body can disappear at any time.
Yes.
So I think that the top of half of her body was invisible at the time, so no one saw it. That wasn't an animation error. That was actually part of the plot.
I can't believe you're putting logic into this special. It's scary.
Oh my gosh.
I don't really. I mean, I don't know what happened in the first half of that special. I mean, the second half, I kind of get what was happening. They were trying to save the tree, but before that, it was just.
Well, they were just establishing basically the orphanarium and how the woman that was running it was a bitch, basically.
I love how it takes them 20 minutes to get the establishment going, as if we couldn't have done this in about 5.
So wait.
Yeah, but they were probably told they needed to make a 44-minute special, so they obviously needed to pad it out with something.
So were the two blonde-haired children of the corn the lady's kids?
Yes,
I think. Right? Okay.
She was Mrs. Whoever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that was their children.
Okay.
I really want to see that family, the Mrs. someone whoever.
Yeah, let that.
They must be a good family.
Let this stand as a testament of just how memorable this is, everyone.
I did like how
the brain bleach.
I did like how at the end, how the father was like, "Well, we gotta make room for 9 kids now." Yeah, like okay.
No context needed. Oh wait, yes it does. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but context would have actually, required effort and actual proper writing, and I'm sure the writers were probably told to write this on the back of a cereal packet, in like a lunch break.
We really have to have a moment of silence for that poor bear who plummeted to his death.
Gentlemen, please remove your hats. Okay, moment over. My word, was that funny though, just how terribly cheap the bear's death was.
All you did was just trip over the dog. I know. Come on, man.
Also, what is a...
Well, at least he didn't trip over a rock.
there was also no visual setup to him doing that. It just cut to the shot of the dog in front of him, and he tripped over him and went down. It's like,
I think I know what happened.
I just imagine Wile E. Coyote just falling to his death there, like the just.
I think I know what happened. Maybe it was a rock. I mean, let's think about this for a second here. When it comes to animation in this time frame, you know, computers weren't as big as back then because of the technology. So, of course, it was very traditional. It was a layering effort. If we relook at that scene, I'd be willing to bet good money that they had the bear trip over a rock. But somehow, some way it got cut out. Maybe it was something like, I don't know, just whoops, missed it or something. And, or given the way this operates, it just disappeared into some other dimension or something. So they're like, oh crap, the rock's gone. Well, let's just take this generic cell of this dog and put it over it. And there we go, there's the trip.
The thing is, though, you say, oh, it's traditionally animated. And yeah, you can see it kind of is traditionally. Well, it is traditionally animated, but even, you know, during like the sort of there was like a dark ages of like traditional animation, like in the 70s with TV animation, with a lot of like Hanna-Barbera stuff. But even that looked better. Even like the cheapest, nastiest stuff that they were churning out in that time frame looked better than this. And this came out in 1991. I mean, you could say, oh, the budget was very, very low, but there's low budget and then there's no effort. I mean, you know, look at a lot of Flash animation now. That's made on a shoestring budget, but it looks far better than this crap.
Yeah, you mentioned the dark age of animation, and yeah, I have to agree with you on that. But going on that note, yeah, this was 1991, which was riding off a huge wave from the 80s that brought it out of the dark age. And then there's this.
Because you know, I would say that the sort of the 80s and sort of till about sort of, I don't know, the mid to end of the 90s was sort of like a sort of, you know, you had like the Disney Renaissance, and obviously you had, you know, some pretty decent movies that were not necessarily made by Disney as well. And it just seems to me that perhaps early 90s TV stuff wasn't quite so good. I think it sort of got to end of 91, beginning of 92, when there was like another golden era of TV animation. Perhaps sort of there was like a hangover of the 80s, and this was sort of like the culmination of that.
All those 80s Christmas specials, let this stand as the bottom of the barrel. You can put it, the culmination, just the collection of all the crap from those Christmas specials, like the He-Man one, that just kind of...
Well, the He-Man one was good by comparison, to be honest. At least the He-Man one had a story and had some animation.
And a great song.
Yeah.
No, the song was terrible. But at least it had a song. At least they put effort into actually having a song. So
and that's my point.
There is that.
And that's my point, is at least that had something for it. But this...
Yeah, it had a phallic symbol flying in the sky being grabbed by a big robotic hand.
You know, there's also one thing that I also had to point out. I mean, when you guys were talking about the ages of the thing here with the Christmas tree and, you know, other movies, keep in mind this movie here, The Christmas Tree, that was released in 1991, was released in December 14th of 1991. Beauty and the Beast was actually released earlier, back on November 22. Just about maybe not even a week or two before this film. And look at that animation of Beauty and the Beast compared to this one. I mean, it is a total world of different. It is just astounding how, like you said, how bottom of the barrel this shit is.
To be fair, though, Beauty and the Beast probably had a considerably larger budget, though.
But it shows. I mean, that animation, especially some of the stuff they were showing off, like the ballroom dance scene, that was gorgeous.
Oh, tell me
I think
about
that was
it.
Some of the earliest sort of computer stuff.
Yeah, the whole background
they were doing
of that
at the
was
time.
Yeah,
it was sort of very, very early, sort of Disney sort of first real. I wouldn't say it was their first foray, but it was sort of their first really successful foray into integrating computer animation into their traditional animation.
And yet that worked.
Oh yeah, it looks fantastic even today.
I think we're just going to be starting to repeat ourselves here, guys. So anything else?
Yeah.
What are we going to be doing next? I think is probably the next topic for debate. I vote for Lion and the King, but if anyone else has anything better to go for,
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that too.
Yeah.
The only scary thing is only me and Elliot have seen it. You two are in for an absolute treat. If you
trust-
thought the voice acting in this was bad, you've seen nothing yet.
I've heard of it, but yeah.
No, I wouldn't even say just the voice acting, Matt. I think everything is far worse than this. And that's because
the scarier thing is that Lion and the King is actually newer than this.
I'm looking forward to this.
And the good thing is that I can give a bit more context into how it actually came about. All I will say is that have you ever thought of buying a cartoon or a movie that's only playable on a PlayStation 1? That's all I'm going to start you off with, because that's basically where it begins. This rabbit hole. Technically, you can buy it on DVD, but only in German. But we'll get there when we get there.
Trust me, you two are in for a treat, and whoever else joins us next week.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Does it have creepy kids staring into the camera for a couple minutes?
Oh, and it's on YouTube as well. Oh,
yeah, it is on YouTube.
We won't spoil anymore, Matt. Let's say no more about it and just let them figure it out from there.
Yeah, to be fair, they'd probably be better off not watching it before we do actually riff it. But if they want to watch it beforehand, all I'll say is that you definitely will need beer,
or at least some proper alcohol. Yes.
Yes.
All right. So let's wrap this up, shall we, guys?
Yep.
But I don't have my hat or my key or my chains. Man, how am I supposed to? Oh, never mind.
Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us for this CQ Riffs. I'm Everlasting Joy.
And everyone else.
Well, I was going to give you guys a break to sign off.
I'm Mr. Ben. That's Matt the Shadow Man and Rain Shadow. Everyone from CQ saying thank you and good night.
Watch out for the kids.
They'll watch you in your sleep.
Now it sounded really like the Children of the Corn plot.